One of the things with the Nico is you can send your clone out. If you're playing into like a Nautilus or something, you send the clone out, it body blocks the dredge line. That doesn't work on Leona. So it's actually, as far as matchups go, it's a scarier run.
So its face if it gets a chance at all. If Gen.G do take this win. A lot of trading here on the top side.
I think it has to be said, okay, hold up, bottom dive potential here. Deal early.
They've got a pretty good angle. Where are they going to go? Looks like they do want to go straight into Ruler, and he just gets blown up immediately. That's first blood given over to Peanut Sejuani, and just like that, it's that simple. Even with the cleanse, Ruler doesn't even bother flashing, doesn't get a chance.
Doesn't have that same strong identity as I feel their last comp did with a really strong front line.
Cannon's here. They are going to drop the ult here onto Zeka. He's got his flash. He's going to try to flash over it, but Cannon's still on top of the Sylas. And another rock comes through, and Chovy easily cleans that one up. So Zeka really having a rough time here in mid.
Despite the level 1 is both Keen and Chovy were generating advantages. It was team fights and group ups later on where the disaster started. But once again, good job by the laners.
Yeah, do you see HLE leveraging some of that buff pressure though to get an early dragon? And it is an Ocean as well, which honestly, Ocean Dragon, I feel like early dragons, you never really talk that much about the stat impact, but the sustain from an Ocean can actually go a long way, especially when your solo laners are struggling with some of the harass coming out.
But here, there's no objective for it. And Chovy's just chilling, looking for the ult again.
Cannon's here. Zeka, no flash, no ult stolen, and he's just a sitting duck. Nowhere for him to run, nowhere for him to hide, and Cannon picks up another one. Zeka is not a champion at this moment in time.
Get in position and see if they can find an angle.
Yeah, not sure about this one. Again, Zeka, I don't think he even finished the Rod, which will be his first item. So they're going to throw an ult in onto Duro, but he is totally fine. And now we got a Pale from the side of Canyon as the stolen Nico ultimate doesn't do anything. Everybody on the side of HLE is just melting as they take a questionable fight, and Canyon knocks it down. As we wanted to see more from the man, he's showing it to us right here in Game 3.
I said I don't know if we can count Hanwha Life Esports out, but I think after that one, we definitely will, I think, in this one.
Free Rift Herald on top of it?
Yeah, just a free Herald, as you say. And
all right, Duro going to meet his opposing support. Delight continuing on this one. Zeus is nearby, level 11. They will be able to keep Duro down. As Duro thought, you know, well, we got total control up on the top side, but he's going to pay for it with his life. And Cannon gets in, gets the Rift Herald, and gets out. So, not the end of the world here for Gen.G. They will get the objective.
Yeah, I need to get more.
Oh, just a nice bait from Peanut, I suppose. Or did he overstep? Is the question. Delight and Zeka here. They're going to go for the re-engage. We got Corki. Viper is on the way. They're going to pull back Canyon, who is in a lot of trouble here and will be given a shutdown. Viper, he gets ulted by the Cassante, but he's totally fine for a while until Ruler makes his way to the back line. But it's a very squishy Kaisa who goes straight into two melee members, and he gets punished immediately. Chovy, now he's got double buff, and he will be looking to follow up on this one. There is so much money.
He doesn't have ult yet.
There's so much money in this Aurora. Now, who is going to collect the pinata is the only question. They're going on in. They're committing hard onto this kill for Chovy. It's taking quite a while, though, and they give the kill 1,000 gold over to Zeus, but the ensuing fight is not looking too good for the side of Hanwha. Zeka trying to get away, and a missed Nico ult. Looks like Zeka will just sacrifice. Nearly even takes out Ruler. And look at this in mid. Viper's getting a free turret, and Hanwha Life are kind of getting big wins here on the map, and Gen.G are being run around even with their gigantic lead.
It's bit by bit, it's chisel by chisel, but Hanwha Life are certainly finding some angles in this game.
They're looking for more. Keen up here on the top side is a bit of a broken up play, as now Peanut is going to be isolated, and Zeus can't do much to help him, as now he's going to be bopped back and tries to hop away. Even Delight is desperately trying to save him, but he won't be able to. It's a double kill for Keen Sante, and Hanwha Life just throw it immediately back into Gen.G's favor on a close fight in top lane.
You have Viper pushing mid. If you just break and disengage here, that's a good play.
Yeah, I mean, now you're, like, we had the slippery Aurora that they engaged on before that bought enough time for some of those members to come up, but then here engaging onto the Cassante.
But now Gen.G, 6,000 gold lead at this point. And, you know, we talked about Chovy being super fed. Ruler got a lot of gold on the back of that on this Kaisa, extremely strong.
Yeah, it does feel like at this point for Hanwha Life, it's kind of like we got to go late and get this Jax huge. Like, Zeus got a ton of money from the Aurora, but...
And it's 4 melee on HLE, so... they're just going to proc so much healing off those, and they're feeling so confident now. They're starting off the Arakan.
Yeah, Peanut being zoned quite a bit. He is able to get into the pit, though. Going to be a bit of a flip here as it does go to Peanut. He gets it, and a 3-man ult comes in from Zeka. They don't have the damage follow-up, though. And Keen is the target here for Hanwha Life. It's not a good one. As in goes Chovy now, taking a bunch from the front line as he will go down. But now look at Ruler. He's totally unleashed. Nobody can take him down. As Zeus Viper trying to go in, and they trade, actually. Will be enough, potentially, as Zeus gets a big shot. Picks up a kill, but he will be taken down at the very end. Hanwha, they keep making these fights so close, and they even got the Arakan.
Got ult after the Aurora ult.
Yeah. Zeus here, a bit alone, but he is Jax, so he hops away. Still, a nice win for Gen.G. There's no catch on the top side of Chovy, and they just get a free inner on the bottom side.
Yeah.
Should be unlosable.
Yes.
I think we're all just looking at it going, all right, what if? But
yeah, I think
don't
that's the
expect
perspective.
It.
This game should have been over and done for a long time for Gen.G, and I think that's why we feel so hesitant about it, because HLE are making it feel uncomfortable from the perspective of Gen.G, especially considering that like Gen.G need to win 3 in a row.
Yep, and he's got flash and ult for the next team fight. In terms of setting up the engage, he and Canyon already had one crazy wombo combo earlier. All right, Keen.
All right, nice. Big engage, though, on top of Viper. He's isolated in the backside, and Ruler just assassinates him. Very nice engage here from the side of Duro. That's more of what we expected from this guy, what we saw in the regular season, and now Delight has to flash away. HLE, they had an angle back in.
Overforced, but the fact that they had Chovy crashing that wave into inner, that all that power, the collapse power, meant that it wasn't greedy at all, it wasn't risky even a little bit, and it just guarantees a pick. Hanwha have to respond.
Canyon almost 2 levels ahead of Peanut. Remember, Peanut got that dive in the bottom lane, and since then hasn't really been able to do too much. They're trying to turn on the Canyon, though, as the stolen Impale comes through, and the real Impale does a lot more. Catches 3 in the front with a Nico at the same time, and I think the Wallet's just going to get the job done. Chovy comes on over, and Zeus, he's very fed relatively to his team, but it's not going to be enough. Peanut getting low as well. Will be finished off. It's a clean ace for Gen.G as finally they show some signs of life in this series.
And I think relief for Gen.G fans everywhere, as this is the dominant showing we saw from this team all year long in terms of LCK, in terms of regular season matchups where they are undefeated, and peak Gen.G form does show up here in Game 3. They will not go down without a fight. It is not going to be a 3-0.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.